Okay, James, so how did you come up with the idea?
So, 3 years ago, I was stuck in the mundane world of feeling empty and lost, and I was told what to do. I had people that didn't know a thing about me, put labels on me, telling me what was and what wasn't possible. I had beliefs within me which caused my mind to be paralysed to the possibilities that I once dreamt of having. I used to believe that I couldn't change my life or have the freedom or the things I desired. But at the same time, I knew I wanted to be more and have more in my life. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to contribute and provide betterment to people around the world, but I just didn't know how. I suffered with mental illness back then, and I was broke and incapable of being of real service to anyone. I just about held down a normal 9 to 5, and I DJ'd on the side to follow my passion. Following my passion back then was what made me feel alive, but it still didn't give me the freedom or the life I truly wanted. I was empty because I had nothing in me and had nothing of real value to give anyone. After giving up my 9 to 5, I moved away to live in Marbella. I started to fly around Europe to DJ at some of the best beach clubs in the world. I used to fly to and from Ibiza to Marbella and to London to DJ, and in the eyes of everyone but me, it seemed like I lived the dream life and had it all figured out, but what everyone didn't know was that I suffered with destructive mental stress, anxiety, depression, and I was broke. I was empty and I didn't have any meaning to my life. I was out of control inside, and it made the outer world seem like it was in control of me and my freedom. Life was draining, and it sucked every inch out of my soul and made me feel chaotic and confused. I felt trapped in my own life, and I didn't see a way out because life just kept happening to me. I was in an internal mess, and it made the outer world seem messed up too. I knew I was unhappy. I used to look at other people's lives and want what they had, and I'd feel bad for not having it, and resent the few that seemed to hold on to their secrets to success, of having the freedom, the wealth and the happiness, and I used to think those sorts of people were arrogant or just got lucky. Back then, this is what caused my anxiety to skyrocket. Every time I was left to actually think of my life, fear would creep in, and I'd do anything to take my focus away from having to think ahead. Back then, I would fear most things, and it used to control my life. I would fear the past and bring it into my present. I would fear the future of not knowing what was going to happen, and so I'd just live in the moment just to see what would happen, and I'd live by chance. I had no money because I had no value to give anyone and no understanding of how I could change, so I neglected it and carried on like any normal person would. But deep down, I knew it had to change if I was heading anywhere worth heading in life. I used to think that they could do it, but I couldn't. And I'd say to myself, yeah, it's easy for them to talk about success as they already have it, without knowing what they've done to get it. Or I'd say it's easy for them to say they haven't gone through what I've been through. These are all the things I used to say to myself that kept me ignorant from the success, and I didn't even realise it at the time. I was just an average kid growing up, raised by a good family, had friends, went to a normal school. I questioned the education system for the life lessons they were giving us, and this quickly separated me and made me the dunce in the classroom and led me to fail my GCSEs. Although basic academics is important, I knew it wasn't going to give me the life I desired. I was more interested in the things that I actually enjoyed because I was good at the things I loved, and I took it in like a sponge, and it made me feel like I had progress in my life. But I was always told to stop dreaming and play it safe and do something more realistic. God, I hate that word. I got told you need a good education so you can get a good job, but I knew there was more to life than that, and more to life than what the system of the world wanted me to believe. I wanted to learn the things that actually made sense for the purpose of growth in my life to help others. I wanted to do the things that I knew would help people and make people feel good and help others moving forward in life to grow. I knew I had to go against the people that tried telling me what I wasn't meant to do. I didn't want to be average because I didn't want to have an average life. I wanted to make a difference to the world and create freedom and fulfillment for people, but I got told you can't have both. You can't have it all, they said. They said that's impossible. So after a few months living in Spain, I found my opportunity in my life to change, because it was something that I was searching for. You become what you focus on, and like my DJing, I was so focused on what I wanted, I attracted it all to me like a magnet. Just like you've attracted this opportunity to you now. Everything happens for a reason, right? Even all the negativity in my life back then was me. I had created the world around me with a complete lack of awareness to it. I didn't realise the cause of what was actually going on, or why I felt anxious and why I was skint all the time. It's not our fault we didn't get brought up to know about personal or financial intelligence from the government, our parents, or even our schools. The government want to keep us sick and broke all the time so they can have control over the system and paralyse us from thriving. So the day that changed everything for me was the day when I met a guy I considered to be like an uncle to me now. Nevertheless, it's someone I still call my mentor even up to this day today. 3 years later, after my mentor had taught me everything I needed to know about how to open up the full potential of my mind, he gave me the biggest nugget of wisdom that completely changed everything for me. Out of the whole 3 years he had been mentoring me, there was one thing that stuck with me that changed everything. He taught me that true happiness and success is found when our mission in life is to give and provide value and happiness and success to others. He ingrained this within me, and I found out this was to be true. He believed that this is where we would all find it. He said that it's in the process of solving, serving and helping others to grow and helping people to achieve their goals where we will find ourselves achieving ours. He said we become the most valuable assets to people when we free the people from their problems that they are facing and help them moving forward in their own personal journey to freedom and success. He said this is where we find the meaning of life's progression and where we will see what happiness and success is really all about. My mentor called this giving, and he believed that this is the secret to living and succeeding fully on purpose. I discovered this to be evident for me the more people we helped for our program. The more frequent we had this feeling, the more it got addictive and the more it became second nature and become a habit. We discovered that this is one of the most purposeful ways for us to live, to see people change and transform their own lives. That for us was true wealth. When we started Full Potential of Mind, we had this urge to help as many people as we could. We started to do so on a one-to-one basis. We helped a lot of people develop the awareness of how to succeed in opening up the full potential of their minds to create their own realities. Giving people the ability to open up the full potential of their minds led people in a direction to completely dissolve destructive mental stress and develop strong mental health. Especially through the toughest times of COVID-19, we served as many people as we could, and we knew this needed to reach the millions if we was to make a difference. But we just didn't know how. We were capped on time and limited to the people that we could help, and limited to the people like yourself that could join us. We wanted to give people like you the opportunity to make money for helping people. We wanted to give you the tools to help others, and to also make it possible for you to work with us wherever you are in the world. We wanted to give you the opportunity to work with us and become a partner in the business, for you to live a life of complete financial and personal freedom for helping others through the Full Potential of Mind program. Sharing our vision with others to help 1 million people did make us come up against the odds. People did tell us it wasn't possible. People laughed at us for believing in our mission. We had huge challenges that we had to overcome, and including our own limiting beliefs. We had our own mental blocks and our own visions of the past that was trying to hold us back. Growing up, me and Hannah both suffered with different types of destructive mental stress, anxiety, depression, and we were broke back then and had no real value to give to anyone. We had the world in control of us because we let it, and we didn't know how we was going to reach 1 million people. Emotions have run high along the way. Me and Hannah have had the biggest disputes and fell out from time to time, but we knew our mission was more important than what we was coming up against, and it made us push through. Going through the process of helping people one-to-one to building this partnership program for you caused us a load of pain, but the pain was worth it for us because it had a purpose. We had people reminding us of our past, telling us what we can and can't do, telling us we can't do this, we can do that. They told us that our goals were laughable and that we were dreaming, and they said it would be impossible and we was to be more realistic. We ignored the negativity and distanced ourselves from the small-minded sheep that were against us. We went against the system of the world that was trying to hold us back and hold us down and trying to control us. We remained focused, and as a result of that, we started to create our own system to give you personal and financial freedom for helping people, because we knew that people like you deserve to have that. We remained helping our one-to-one clients for months, but on one Friday afternoon it hits us. On this day, we was coaching our mastermind group. On that day, something incredible happened. I got an inspired idea from the group that I instantly wanted to share with them. I stood up while we was working with them and I said, "Guys, how much has this program helped you?" They all responded positively, as we've seen the changes they've made for themselves. I said, "If you guys shared this with people, do you think it would help them?" They all responded with yeses, and one of the mentees said it would only help those that were wanting to help themselves, and not everybody's willing to, he said. I said, "That's true, but there are people out there seeking the change, so if it was given to the right people, it would help them like it's helped you guys, right?" "Well, of course it would," shouted out one of the mentees. They all agreed and nodded their heads curiously. I said, "So look, I've come up with this idea of how I can make you guys partners in the business," and said, "How would you guys feel if we paid you a commission for each person that you recommended to us?" One of the mentees shouted out, "How much are you suggesting?" Instantly, I knew where this was going. So I said, "Well, to make it worthwhile for you guys and to help us with our goal in building Full Potential of Mind schools and reaching 1 million people, we'd probably sell the programme online for around £300 to £400. We decided to price the programme at £329, and I said, well, if we gave you 40% and we sold the programme at that price, that would give you £131.60 per recommendation. Straight away, everybody looked around. They must have thought, these guys couldn't have been serious. One of the mentees said, so if I get 30 people to buy your programme, you'll give us £3,948. We said yes. And another person quickly said, if I promote this and bring 100 people to you, you'll pay me £13,160. Exactly, Hannah said. This was the idea that we've been waiting for. A partnership programme within our business. This is what we needed to get us to our goal of helping 1 million people and building our full potential of mind schools. My mentor always told me that your network is your net worth. And that's exactly what came to mind at that time. We figured out the way to make a difference. We finally figured out a way to make that change, to change the world. So, the day after, we was excited to say the least. We got together with my mentor and told him the ideas we had within our mastermind group. He finally saw and knew that we was ready to make this dream a reality. So, we started to plan out the way of how to get there. We started to develop this mental plan and turned it into writing, and turned writing into an online software where we could give people like yourself the opportunity to join our company, become a partner and make a limitless income, working anywhere in the world for simply and indirectly influencing people to change their lives and open up the full potential of their minds. We developed a system for you so you can have your own business within our company to give you the power to change people's lives and be paid for it. It's true of the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. We had to fill ourselves up for years to be able to give what we have to others. But we found a way to give this power to you in a fraction of the time. We did go against the odds. We went against the negativity of the world. We failed miserably at times. We was back and forth, and we've made this what it is today, so you don't have to go through those failures. We create a system for you to live a life that most people would think is impossible. We had to block out the unprecedented noise of the world because it didn't serve us, our goals, or our purpose in life. And focusing on fear and negativity wasn't going to solve anything either. The ones that make a difference are different. They're like you, like us, positive, with a limitless and growth mindset. They call people like us creators of our own realities. And now more than ever, people need the value that you have for them. It has been made evident that this is a significant problem that needs fixing, and it's within your hands where you have the power to fix it. We finally cracked the code and created a win-win for everybody that goes through our company. People win when they do our program, and you win by recommending it, and we win because it helps us in our journey of building full potential of mind schools around the world and creating a win-win for everybody, and it helps us in our goal to reach 1 million people. This was our journey. We went from people who suffered with different types of mental illness and being stuck in the mundane system of the world, being stuck in a rat race and in a job, meaning we was just over broke, and quite frankly we were skint, feeling empty and having no control over our lives, into people that took responsibility to help ourselves personally and got ourselves to the point where we were overflowing in giving. Continuing on this path of changing people's lives, we got to the point where we became accredited mental health first aiders and transformational leaders. Soon after, we got capped on time and limited to the people that we could help, and reached our limit of helping people on a one-to-one basis. So we innovated and started to create our own system to give others the opportunity to have their own business within our company, giving you the opportunity to become a partner in Full Potential of Mind, to help change more people's lives and be paid for the value that you provide to others. We was where a lot of people were when we started. We wanted to be more and have more, but we knew building a scalable business was going to be hard work, and it was. It took us years to get us to where we are today, but we built this for you so you didn't have to wait. You can literally use us as leverage, save time and money on mistakes, and get started with us with everything that you need already set up for you today. We used to think if we started a business, it would take up all of our time, which it did for years, but we went through this so you don't have to. So guys, welcome. Welcome to the Full Potential of Mind Partnership Program. Now is your opportunity to get started today. Click the button below and we will show you step by step how the demonstration and how it works. Click the button now. We literally show you for free how it works and how you can have your own scalable Full Potential of Mind business. There is limited availability in our partnership program, so don't wait. We have everything you need today to start. It's super fast and easy to use, and it's completely free. Click the button now, make a difference, and create your own reality for helping people open up the full potential of their minds.